Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the defrost thermostat in a Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a 3/8 socket wrench, a square bead number 2 screwdriver, a flat blade screwdriver, and a 1/4-inch nut driver. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new defrost thermostat. The defrost thermostat is located in the freezer compartment behind the evaporator cover clipped onto the evaporator. If the temperature in the freezer and in the fresh food sections is higher than normal, and there is ice buildup on the rear panel in the freezer, check and replace the defrost thermostat if needed. In order to get to the part, we need to open the freezer door. The next step, we need to remove this freezer door. In order to do that, we need to take out 2 3/8 bolts on each side, so total 4. I'm using a 3/8 socket wrench, and let's go to work. This pin on this side is holding the door. We have exactly the same pin on the opposite side, so to remove the door, I need to lift it up off those 2 pins. All right, I'm going to grab the door. I'll take it on this portion also, not only the handle. Don't put all the weight on the handle. And lift it up and out. Now I'm going to remove the freezer basket. And lift up this side and slide it out. All right, so I'm going to slide the rails in, and I'm going to pull out this drawer. My next step will be taking out this wire basket. I lift it up by a couple of inches and then slide it out. Next, we're going to remove this connecting bar. In order to do that, we need to remove 2 locking pins, 1 on each side. I'm going to use the flat blade screwdriver, going to pry it out. All right, so now this side, I'm prying it out with a flat blade screwdriver. So now the tabs here in that cutout on the top and at the bottom, we're going to press it with a flat blade screwdriver. We probably can get away with just pressing only top one. Yep, slide out, keep it there. And we're going to do the same thing here and slide it out. Next, I'm going to slide these upper rails. All right, so let's pull out these rails. And we're not going to pull it out completely. We're going to pull it so these the screws that holds the bar at the back would be exposed. We're going to use a square bead number 2 screwdriver to take this screw out. You also can use the large Phillips screwdriver. And now I'm going to remove the bar. So our next step is taking out these the bottom rails on both sides. All right, so we have a screw in there that holds the rail, and I'm going to use the square bead number 2 screwdriver. I will explain you why. Technically, you can use a large Phillips, but because it may fall inside this hinge after you take it out, you better use this bead because it's very tight. All right, so I'm going to move the whole assembly outside and about 1 inch. It will give enough room to free all the 3 pins at the same time. Those are the pins I was talking about. Alright, so I'm going to take out the right side rail the same way that we took off the left side. I'm using that square bead number 2 screwdriver. I'm going to remove the screw here. We can call it a safety screw. I'm going to open the rail slightly, and then I'm going to grab it from the back and the front and slide it forward about 1 inch so we can release these 3 pins. And we can move it off. Next, I'm going to take off this evaporator motor cover. We have 3 Phillips screws. I'm using a square bead number 2 screwdriver. You can use a large Phillips screwdriver. I'm not going to remove the cover. Next, we need to remove the 2 1/4-inch screws, 1 on each side, and also this ground wire clip. So I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. I am going to take out this right side screw first, and we're going to move to the left. Now I'm going to slide off this ground wire clip. Next, I'm going to remove this grill cover and lift it up slowly, and it will pop out. It's held in place with this 2 clips, 1 on each side, that goes into the grill. Now we can remove the evaporator cover. I'm going to grab it in this area, slightly bend it, and pull it out. Alright, so here we are. This is the thermostat we are replacing. It's located on the right side of the evap coil, and it's clipped on this copper portion of the evap coil. So I'm going to push it down, unclip it, and I'm going to undo this first. And there's a locking tab at the back. And I'm going to pull out this wire. Yes, here we are. This is the second one. I'm going to push down on the locking tab here in the middle and separate them. This is the old defrost thermostat next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Alright, so this is our thermostat to be installed. And I'm going to start with fishing out this terminal. And we're going to look for the right plug. And we're going to connect it. And next step would be plugging in this one. The locking tab goes on the back. Click on, and then we're going to install the thermostat onto the copper line here. And now we can install this evaporator cover. I'm going to insert the left side first. So we need to install the panel left side first behind this water inlet tube. And then we can install the rest of the panel. The bottom is inside and the top goes in like that. And then let's clip on this cover. I'm going to place these tabs into the grill. On both sides. and just lower it down. So next I'm going to fish out this ground wire clip, and we're gonna install it under the cover. So now we're gonna secure the evap cover with a couple of 1/4-inch screws. We're gonna start with this side using a nut driver, and I'm gonna switch the sides, and we're gonna install the second 1/4-inch screw. And now we're gonna install the cover, this evaporator motor cover back on. This part goes into the cutout in the ceiling. Push it up, and I'm gonna use the my number 2 square bead screwdriver, and we're gonna install 3 screws. So now we're going to install the left side bottom rail. We've got 3 pins on the wall, and we got 3 cutouts. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. We need to install them simultaneously, almost simultaneously. I'm going to start with this one, and we're going to play a little bit so that all 3 of them will be in the cutouts. So let's do it. I've got 2 back ones. Then I'm gonna straighten this out and slide this front bottom one in. Push it all the way back, and then we're gonna slide this in. And now we're gonna secure this rail with that single Phillips screw. And I'm using the square bead number 2. All right, I'm gonna install the right side bottom rail. We're going to mount it on this 3 pins here, and we got 3 cutouts, same as on the left side. And I'm going to start with 2 rear ones. I'm going to place it on, and then lift up and put the front one in. Push it back, then close the rail. And now I'm going to secure the rail with that safety screw. I'm using the square bead number 2 screwdriver. Now I'm going to install this connecting bar. Slide this in, and I'm going to align the holes. All right, now we're going to secure this connecting bar with the single screw here on the left side. I'm using a square bead screwdriver. Square bead number 2. And now we can push the rails in. All right, I'm going to pull out the rails here on the top ones. Let's install the connecting bar. I'm going to slide it in on one side, push it in so it will lock. Then the opposite side. And now we're going to install this locking pins. Place it into the hole here. So make sure it's inside all the way. Then we're going to press this button in. Let's go on the opposite side. I'm going to slide the pin in, and then press the button in. Now I'm going to place this wire basket back in, just on those 4 supports. And then we can slide it in. And let's pull out these rails. Let's install the freezer basket. I'm going to place this end first. The basket slides under these 2 limiters. So at the back, our basket locks over that tab here on the rail because it has a cutout right there. So we're going to put it down. And it goes down, and make sure that it locks on both sides. And now we can install the door. As you remember, we've got 2 pins, 1 on each side, and we need to hang the door on those pins. And the opposite side. And now we're going to secure the freezer door with the 4 3/8 bolts, 2 on each side. We're going to start with the right side, and I'm going to move to the left side. And I'm going to use 3/8 socket wrench. And now, when we're done, we can close the freezer door. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.